Is this the beginning of the end? Hi, and welcome back to FM Projects. And boy, it's not looking so good. So you see this little skull and crossbones that represents the board. Yeah, there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is that we have the board slightly disappointed with their management of the team. And all of that is because of this. The board are disappointed that the team is in the relegation zone. Yeah, you don't believe me? Wrong one. Here we are in 19th place, relegation zone. This is for a team that was at the beginning of the season supposed to actually compete for the title. This is because of my wonderful management. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your support. And yeah, let's go get a win here against Zwickau at home. Not too much to say about this group other than that we have Muslio back in, not 100% recovered from injury. He's up for 30 minutes of action, possibly. Looks like Bruckner at right back is also not going to be able to play the whole game. And this creates a problem because Zemek is out. And Costly is not quite fully match fit. I do think that I'm going to put Costly here on the bench, though, rather than having two right wingers on the bench. I tell you, this team, even after my manipulation, this team still is just a strange assortment of players who mostly all play the same position. It's kind of bizarre. Herzl, by the way, is out. He is suspended for his yellow cards. So Herzl's been playing well, but it's probably a little bit too aggressively for what we want. And I suppose we'll go with the assistant manager and say that we hope that we'll shut up all of the critics. However, I fear that this might not necessarily be what will happen today. We'll see what happens. I maintain a positive attitude. I maintain optimism. But the truth is that this just isn't looking so good, is it? We have been losing and losing and losing and find ourselves way down at the bottom of that table in 19th place. Now, Zwickau is not playing extraordinarily well, but I am not entirely certain anymore whether we can actually say that this is a game that we obviously should be winning. But let's see what happens. That's why we play the games. It's confusing here is both teams are in red shirts. We have the black pants on, which is how you can differentiate the two. But I'm not quite certain how we both wound up in red shirts. I was always under the impression that Football Manager had ways around that. Little set piece doesn't really go anywhere. And this is where we've had problems all season long with allowing these counterattacks and defensive players who just can't get back. Nalandu does a good job coming out from midfield to stop that, which, is something. Over to Beck now. Beck, who has not been very impressive this season, and there's another poor pass from him. I'm telling you, it's not the tactic, it's the personnel. And here comes Zwickau, and they do get a shot on goal clean. Lino's got it covered, but we shouldn't be allowing clean shots on goal like that. And the worries continue, and I'm hoping that we can get at least something out of it. And you can see that XG rising for Zwickau as Kopitz has something, but is not able to push it through. I believe we have Kopitz playing again in that attacking Mazzala role. He's a player who should be well suited to the role, but doesn't seem to like it for whatever reason. And here comes Zwickau again, and König is in, and that's another goal. And that's the way that the season has been, and that's the way that the save has been. And I am worried that that's the way that the save may end. I am anticipating that the board will come down with one of those ultimatums soon, as it always does, where it says you need to win, you need to get X number of points in Y number of games to keep your job. I think that we're going to see that come here actually pretty soon. Now, the board was expecting us to draw against Zwickau, which isn't exactly a vote of confidence, but this looks like a poor performance from us so far. Very good by Bruckner. Out to Muslio, back to Bruckner, and now Nalandu back to Bruckner. Muslio again, and over to Bruckner, and they're playing on that side, which is what I told them to do, which is good. Now we just need some attack. Muslio over to Schröck and then to Muslio, and the fact that we're not seeing any kind of attack has me concerned. Schröck now played on the other side, and that's what he does over to Kabadai. Kabadai with a good move, and over to Butler, and Butler's going to score that goal all day long. Very, very well done for Butler, who's starting to get that goal-scoring tendency and habit going for him. Boy, it was a real slow start to the season. I think it was 7 games before Butler started to learn how to score, but this is very well done. Butler's onside. Good first touch, good finish. That's exactly what we need to see, and that's going to help his confidence. We should be seeing more goals like that. Kabadai, we knew this when we bought him, has the ability to create plays like that from the wing, which is exactly why we got him. And now we have to see if our beleaguered defense can prevent something bad from happening again, and we'll see how it goes. And Koenig is back in behind the defense again. He's offside, thankfully, but maybe by a foot or two. We didn't get that offside replay to see exactly what happened, but he didn't look extraordinarily offside to me. I mean, that wasn't, at least from what I saw, was not exactly the most obvious call. Another bad game so far from Muslio, I suppose an average game, which is a problem when you are the highest paid player on the squad. And Zwickau with the corner, but Schroek's able to head it away from danger. And that was a missed header there. I didn't see who that was who missed the header for us, but that's also concerning. Just another one of the problems that we have. And Beck just doesn't have any sort of chemistry with any of his teammates. And, it's kind of difficult when you have a guy like that who comes in but who's not actually on the squad until you're, 2 months into the save. It's hard to plan with him. It's hard to know what to do. We need more than just that. And, let's see what we can do here. So we're going to take Muslio off. He was supposed to play only 30 minutes. We gave him a little bit more than that. We'll stick Lechner back on. Lechner's actually been doing quite well, and my coaches have been telling me about what a great player he is and how well he's playing. Suleimani, I think, normally wants to be in on the left side. I guess we'll put on Costly for Beck. Let's take a quick look here and see. Costly looks like he's a little bit more suited for that right side, so we'll put him on. Costly has not had a single good performance in this save. I don't know how many times we've played him, but assuming that we can turn it around and I can save my job, we are going to sell Costly as soon as the winter transfer window opens because he shouldn't be on this team. Kopax takes the foul, and we end up getting nothing out of the free kick, and onwards and upwards we go. Costly hasn't been doing much for the team. Muslio, who's making all the money, hasn't contributed at all when he's been healthy. In the rare event that he's healthy, it's just been that kind of save. Good save from Lino there. It's just been that kind of save where, you don't have anything going from the start. Everybody's injured, and then as time goes on, you still have a whole bunch of nothing. And we're able to get that out of there. We've been okay with our corner defense. Our attacking corners, though, have done absolutely nothing. And it's not because we don't have guys who can head the ball and who are tall. It's because we don't have good corner delivery. You can see our focus of attack has been on both of the wings. That's theirs. Ours should be on both wings. But the truth is that it looks like we're not quite up to the task. That's what I wanted to happen. That's one of the early changes that I made to my tactic to try to get something drummed up going forward and to try to make use of the many wingers that we have on this squad. And another shot from Zwickau that goes nowhere. We keep going and we keep trying. I can see that Bruckner wants to be taken off, and we'll try to get just a little bit more from him. And then we have another problem in that Schroek, who is the best player on our squad, also is tired and is in need of being substituted. So off goes Schroek, on comes Pavlovic, the young player. And here is where we have decisions to make. So what I believe we're going to do is we'll put Costly back there, and we'll put Suleimani on and see where we can go from there. Costly, again, having a poor match, which is nothing new. We're accustomed to Costly not showing up. As sad as it is, and Eichinger is in here behind everybody, and he's always going to score that goal, and he's onside. That's before we even had the changes go through. As simple as that. They're able to get through our midfield in about 2 seconds, and there's nothing we can do about it. And, it's just poor play from our defenders. Matos lets him go past, and that's Najombe, who not exactly having the worst of games, but, so it is. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we're allowing these passes to go through the midfield completely unmarked and unchecked. And we're just lumping it forward now to Butler, hoping for something. To Kopax, back to Butler, who has a shot at it from the middle of the sky. A little bit of Air Jordan from Butler. but the keeper's having none of that. Butler's looking better and better as we play him. And this is where I really hope that we can get things turned around here so we can save the save, because I actually kind of like some of these players. Closely, again, they're having a very poor game, as is Lino. And I do think that it's going to be time for some scolding and fines, as is always the case. It's a tiresome thing in Football Manager to have to always fine and scold your players. It's not much fun, but that's what we'll do if they continue to play poorly. Lino should have a better game than this, but I don't think I can completely fault him. We have some defensive problems, and what in the world was that from Suleimani? Is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Trying to be too fancy with the ball. I mean, we don't have the tempo up that high. And that is the end of the match. It's another loss for us. And that noose around my neck is getting ever and ever tighter. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a like down below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. If there's anything that you would change to the team, let me know. And I will, at this point in desperation, I do just about anything. And subscribe and enjoy videos every single day. And I will see you tomorrow.